Right back at you. We're here with another episode of Fun and Truth in Black and White. Baggage, drama, and your baby mama.
Jay, what up, man?
What's going on, man?
All right.
We're 2 episodes in a row, 2 nights in a row. We're hot.
I mean, you know, when it's time to go, it's time to go. So let's do it.
Is it the playoffs? What is it? What's got us on this need?
It's just a vibe, man. You know, like there's scheduled juggling, but there's inspiration.
Yeah.
There's emails to respond to. There's feedback.
That's right.
And
we
we're
got
here.
some loyal listeners.
Yeah, let's do it. So what's up, man? Baggage, drama, and your baby mama. What we talking about?
So, Pat, too often, you look at relationships and you avoid what really makes a relationship kind of exciting, which is the shit you bring into a relationship. Your baggage, your drama, and your baby mama. These are things that we want to avoid. You look at social media and what's every woman posting? She wants Mr. Perfect who don't have shit going on except for he's got to look fine, play the part, have lots of money, and absolutely nothing in his background that even smells of a problem. How are you going to live with that? There's nothing to argue about. There's nothing to fight about.
So you think that it's exciting to have baggage and
come on, man.
drama?
Whether you like it or not, the roller coaster ride is what people get off on. You're going to tell me that, what is it, breakup sex or after fight sex isn't the thrill that everybody looks for?
Let's go through different examples and let's see, because I don't know about that one.
Okay.
All right, so let's start with baby mama drama.
Let's start with it.
So, I mean,
what is baby mama drama?
Well, if the person you're with has an ex and they have children with that ex,
Right.
it doesn't have to be a problem, but it can be a problem.
And it often is.
Or if it is a problem, why is it a problem? Well, let's say a girl's dating a guy. He has an ex. They have a child together. The ex isn't over him. So she cock blocks. So when it's her weekend to have the kid, suddenly she can't. Not because she's really not available, but because she doesn't, the thought of her ex fucking a new chick is pissing her the hell off.
Right.
So she's like, I'm going to make this difficult. I'm going to come garnish his checks.
Right.
Or whatever situation. So, but the funny thing about baby mama drama is if you think that's bad, when it's reversed and there's a girl's ex-boyfriend,
Right.
baby daddy drama.
Right.
Because what happens with breakups, with there's kids involved or not, ultimately, if the parties have moved on,
Right.
there's no drama.
Right.
The problem is either one person didn't let go
Yeah.
or neither has let go.
Right.
So that puts the new person on either side
Right.
in a compromising position.
Right.
So that's really what baby mama drama is. And people just use the kids as a vehicle to fuck with the other person.
Right.
The kids are innocent.
Right.
But they're like, I'm going to dangle this kid in front of you. Like, I'm going to, have the mailman throw the football to your son. And just when you're going to come by.
Right. Right.
To piss you the hell off.
Yep. So, I think that going on that, you have to think about baby mama drama also in terms of not only is it your ex is using the child as a pawn, but also what is it that you are or are not doing to anticipate that this is going to happen. And oftentimes we forget that we came into this relationship with this situation and our own ability to anticipate what might come up. could be a part of what causes the drama. And we might actually let that happen because we want to see how the other person reacts to our bullshit and our drama.
Yeah, I hate games, and sometimes people can play the game so good that, like, you don't even see this shit coming. Like,
Right.
you know, you can really hide your shit for a few months. If you try hard enough,
Yeah.
you can totally hide your dirty laundry
Mm-hmm.
for months.
Right.
So the other person has to get comfortable because they feel like they've seen you in enough situations.
Right.
They've like met your parents, been in your house, met your friends, spent the night. You think y'all gone away. All this shit has happened. So in their mind, they're like, I know this person well.
Right.
So when they get slapped with that reality,
Mm-hmm.
that's just a lot to take.
That's right.
And at that point, the cumulative effect of the sex, conversation, and chemistry, and I guess projected upside has to be so good for a person to want to deal with that drama.
Right.
Here's the funny shit about baby mama drama. You see this stuff all the time on like TV shows where a person's dating somebody and the ex comes into play and acting crazy. So the new person is thinking, they get aroused by the shit. They're like, well, he must have really put it on this bitch if she's acting crazy.
Right. Right.
You know, what is it about him that has her acting so damn crazy?
Yeah.
So I guess you're right. It can be exciting.
Think about it, man. It's an aspect of the relationship that keeps you on your toes, number one. But number two is the fact that you're looking to see the person in a different light. And then when you see them in a different light, sometimes you're like, yo, who is this person? I didn't expect this. Sometimes they make you really, really angry based on the type of personality you are. But somehow that anger at least makes you feel something, and that feeling then translates into, you having more passion in the bedroom. But I also want to look at it from the standpoint that the person who's going through the baby mama drama, or baby daddy drama, as you well pointed out,
Can I just say something?
Yeah.
Don't lose that thought.
Okay.
Right? But I gotta say, you know how like people call women bitches?
Yeah.
The biggest bitches are dudes. Like, really, like,
especially when it comes to them not taking care of their kids.
So there's an expectation that a woman can be bitchy.
Yeah.
Nothing is worse than a bitch ass dude.
Right.
When you have a dude acting bitchy, erratic, emotional, and out of control,
yes,
that shit is worse than any woman acting like that.
No,
and I say that to say, when women get in their feelings, that doesn't make them crazy.
Right.
But it's an immediate label they get.
Right.
But if you ever sat and listened to some dudes talk and you want to say, shut the fuck, you sound so stupid right now.
Yeah.
Just want to throw that out there.
No, I feel you on that, and I think the real point behind it is that when women get in their feelings, usually they get quiet. When men get in their feelings, you're exactly right. Well, they start becoming like one bitches.
You must know a lot of very mature women. Because I mean, yo, Jay. Yeah. Matter of fact, that's another episode, but bro.
All right, fair enough.
But damn,
we're gonna take that one, to the side. But getting back to my point is that the reality is that the person dealing with the drama, with their ex, with the child, a lot of the sensitivity is that they may not want you to see what's really going on. And if they can't stop it, if they can't prevent you from seeing it, they might be trying to cover up or maneuver so that you don't have the wrong impression of them. So now they're making shit worse for themselves, because rather than just be like, all right, you know what, I got this fucked up situation going on, I fucked it up, and this is the way it is, and I hope you can just take me for what it is.
But I got to defend them in a way.
Sure.
So, let's say you know your shit is fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, you know. You're like...
You done fucked up.
You done fucked up now. Like, my credit rating is 400.
Yeah.
I just got this job. I'm on probation. My baby mama is giving me drama. I live with my mother. You know. And then there's this person that has their shit together.
Mm-hmm.
That you could only dream would ever be interested in you.
Right.
And they're actually fucking with you. Like, they're actually interested in you.
Right.
So you're like, I can't fuck this up.
Right.
If I just bullshit and cover up a little bit for a while, buy myself some time, I'll have my stuff more together. So it may not be that a person is trying to be dishonest.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're being dishonest, but their goal isn't to lie. What they're trying to do is show the best parts of themselves, because they're thinking to themselves, look, if this guy sees, you know, how I'm living, where I'm living, you know, I just happen to be at the end of a bad stretch of years.
Right.
But I'm on the way. I'm on the cusp.
You're trying to figure your shit out.
Right. So I'm trying to figure it out. So I think these situations that I'm in are so unattractive.
Right.
I feel it'll turn them off and not giving me a chance. So in a way, I can understand that perspective. You're thinking to yourself, if I can hide the bad things,
right,
hide the dirty laundry, and they can see the best of me, they'll give me a chance. And I have a chance to fix my other shit. So I kind of understand that.
All right. So we're going to take a break. And when we come back, we're going to get into that aspect of baggage and the fact that you're often covering up your shit and trying to show the best parts of yourself. But eventually your baggage has to come out. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. This is Fun and Truth in Black and White. Double episode. Baggage drama, your baby mama. Pat, we're talking about the fact that you try to hide your baggage when you get into the relationship, but eventually it's got to come out. You got to unpack that shit. I mean, that's when you basically move in and set up camp. Now it's a matter of whether or not the other person's going to stay with you at that point when you start letting your baggage out. But the reality is that you said it right before the break that you're trying to show the best parts of yourself so that this person feels an affection for you and really understands you're more than what your baggage is.
Yeah, I mean, look, sometimes it's not what you do, but how you do it. So, yeah, you know, you might lie for the right reason, you know, or not tell the entire truth for the right reason. But you mentioned earlier about maybe anticipating drama.
Right.
Kind of like avoiding it, like landmines. I got to tell you, you got to know yourself. Jay, I'm very immature.
Okay.
When it comes to certain things. And if I had a child, or if I have a child, nobody else is raising my kid, man. Like, I understand that me
Why
and...
do you say that's immature, though?
Because the reality is relationships don't always work out. So me and that child's mother might break up, right?
Right.
And then she has a life. She might meet somebody else. And
I don't understand where the immaturity is.
I appreciate that. But what happens is, let's say she meets another guy.
Right.
And by all accounts, he's a great guy.
Right.
He's good to her, good person.
Okay.
And he's nice to my kids.
Gotcha.
I'll still hate him.
Right.
And not because of her.
But that's not a lack of maturity. I see where you're going with this. I don't see it as a lack of maturity. I see it as a overprotective sense of belonging with your children that you don't want anybody else impacting your child in a way that, whether it's, I don't think it has anything to do with threat as much as it has to do with the fact that you think that you're the best person to model for your children.
And not only that, even if I'm going to make mistakes as a parent, which I'm guaranteed to do, I'd rather make those mistakes. Like even if, cause there's a shout out to all the great stepdads out there, right?
Yeah.
And that's cool.
Yeah.
But, and I think I could be a great stepdad.
Right.
But I only look at it one way.
So I think that what you're saying is that you have a level of selfishness, but not immaturity. I just want to clarify that.
Clarity is good.
I think that for a lot of our listeners, they would agree with you on the immaturity, and I disagree, only because I think the fact that you recognize that you're selfish when it comes to kids you raise being your responsibility and also your identity. You look at your children as a part of your identity, and that's selfish. But it's selfish to me in a very, very good and responsible way, because there are too many fathers, unfortunately, especially, that don't have that sense of selfishness. I mean, they're happy to like move on and be like, yeah, that's, my kid over there.
You know what's crazy?
Yeah.
Is there's actually mothers giving up their kids.
That's true.
And
that's true.
Single dads out here. And it's crazy because when a guy has a kid and the mother isn't around, she's alive. She's not, but she just said, here, take the kid. I'll go do my own thing. Because that's, talk about Me Too. That's like the epitome of me. That's Me Too to the 10th power, right?
That's right.
When a
You're
girl,
gonna get a lot of hate mail.
Forget it. Whatever. When a girl meets that guy, it's like, oh, you taking care of your kid?
Yeah.
Like,
he's a hero. Yeah.
But if a woman and a man broke up and she has a baby daddy,
yeah,
even if it's an ex-husband,
mm-hmm.
what do? We brand it baby daddy.
Right.
Like society, right? It's like an anchor for her.
Right.
But for a guy, it's how honorable.
Oh yeah, it's a hot air balloon. He's floating up.
And here you are. So look, with baggage, drama, baby mama, right? So the thing is, when you meet someone, if they have children, it's a package deal, man.
Yeah.
Like, you can't walk into a relationship like, yeah, I want the dick from him, but I don't want to deal with his ugly ass kid.
Yeah.
Or I want the pussy.
Right.
But I want to deal with her snotty ass kid.
Right.
Nah, man. Like if you're really now, I'll say this: if you want to sleep with somebody, that's all you want to do is sleep with them and party with them. In my opinion, you should avoid meeting the kid. Because what happens?
Good point.
Kids get attached.
Yeah.
So I mean, you might meet the kid, but if you start spending quality time with this child, you may not get attached. You might be spending quality time with them because you're like, well, I want to fuck their parent.
Right.
So I got to be here anyway.
Yeah.
So sure, I'll color with you.
Yeah.
But to that kid might be getting attached to you.
Right.
When I was a kid, all like my siblings' friends or older cousins' friends or my uncles, I thought every adult was so cool. You know what I'm saying? Like you're an adult, you have a car, you have a job, you played this sport, whatever. Like I'm a little kid.
Yeah.
So when an adult speaks, I listen, right? I'm like, and then, because it wasn't my parents, it would be like parents' friends. So they can't discipline me.
Yeah.
They're coming around with toys and shit and candy.
Yeah.
They're trying to make me happy, right?
Yeah.
So, my point is, through a kid's lenses,
it's a very different thing.
They look at these adults
and that causes drama in itself.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, if your intention is to just get laid, try to avoid spending quality time with this kid. Because now that kid might get their heart broken.
And the other part of it, too, is that now the kid's response to their own parents is different. So think about it from this standpoint. You meet a chick, she has a kid, you get cool with the kid. Now the kid starts telling his father that mom's dating this cool dude. Father's like, yo, what?
Or some shit like, hey, daddy, Daryl has a blue truck, too.
Right.
He's like, who's Daryl?
Right, and he lets me ride in the front seat. You know?
He told me I could watch TV standing right in front of it.
Right.
He told me I didn't have to brush my teeth.
And I don't have to wash his car. You know, so so it's like all these.
Then he's like, "Yo, who the fuck is Daryl?
Who the fuck is Daryl?"
Oh, he's mommy's friend, and he makes her say things overnight. Things
Right.
like what? Things like, "I can't take it."
Oh God, Jesus.
Yeah, well, when last time we saw Daryl, he left this morning at 7 a.m. Like,
Yeah,
nah.
there's all kinds of things that create baggage. It was already
Can I
there.
tell you about my immaturity though? Like let's say like I was in that scenario. I have a child and me and the mother's not together and the child is visiting me, right?
Right.
I'm the type to send the kid back doing fucked up shit.
Right.
Like I will train the kid. I'll train my kid like, listen, when you go back to your mother's house, when Daryl, whoever the fuck, when he says, do your homework, tell him, fuck you, you're not my real daddy. And then my kid will go, but daddy, you told me not to curse. I'll be like, it's okay. In this situation, like I would be, I'm so immature, man. Like, and again, in the situation, if I have children, who knows, maybe I might mature overnight.
Right.
But right now,
Yeah.
man, I'm gonna have him say shit like, fuck you, you're not my real daddy.
Go get a Viagra, you limp dick.
I'm gonna tell my kid, listen, this is the one and only time you can use foul language, son.
Right.
Or tell my little girl, whatever, man. But then can you imagine, like you said, can you imagine that the baby daddy, the information being sprung on him in that way? Like he's hearing about the new dude.
Right. Through his kid in a way that has to make him jealous and angry at the same time, because obviously how his kid is being exposed.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Let's say you have a child.
Right.
And you break up with the mother.
Mm-hmm.
And let's say you go to pick up your child.
Right.
You ring the doorbell.
Yeah.
A dude comes to the door.
Right.
He's like, how can I help you? You're like, yeah, I'm here to pick up little J.
Right.
And he's like, well, does Sharice know you're coming by?
Right.
So now he's asking you questions. He's questioning you.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, can you get Sharice, please? And this dude is standing there in a robe, open, with no drawers on.
Right.
He's like, well, she's knocked the fuck out
Right.
right now because of me.
Yeah.
You're going to have to come back.
Mm-hmm.
Or even worse, you see your kid running around behind him.
Right.
This motherfucker's walking around dick out.
Yeah. Yeah.
In that scenario,
What do?
what do?
I grab the motherfucker by the balls. Literally. I grab him by the fucking balls and say, yo, get the fuck out of my way. I'm here to pick up my kids. Because that motherfucker, if he's walking around like that in front of my kids, just so you know, he ain't going to have a set of balls. Okay? That's the first thing. But the second thing is that, again, understand that just how I told you that you're selfish about, if you have kids, how they're going to be raised. For me, it's the same thing. If I have a child with a woman and she doesn't have the respect for those children to take care of them in a proper manner and make sure that whatever man she decides to have relations with is respectful to them, oh, trust me, she ain't going to be with that man in front of my kids.
So what I'm hearing is, if we're all carrying some kind of baggage,
Right.
it does not have to lead to drama.
That's correct.
And a person you have a child with doesn't have to be your baby mama. Like what I mean by that is, if you're calling somebody your baby daddy, like in these names is almost the expectation of drama.
That's exactly right. That's
So now we're tying it all together.
Yes.
Because ultimately, or fundamentally, It's all how you approach something,
Yeah.
right? Like, there are plenty of broken homes. And broken, I don't even like the word broken. Let's say split homes.
Yes.
And
Or even divided homes.
divided homes. And both parties behave like adults.
That's correct.
And they have their differences, but their common goal is the child or children.
Right.
So that's like their focus.
That's correct. And it's also the level of respect they have for each other and themselves. So I think, again, going back to what you were saying, but looking at it from the standpoint of, recognizing your own baggage and how you unpack your baggage in a relationship, as well as how you unpack your baggage in your own home, and whether or not you allow that baggage to create drama in your life and in other people's lives. If you have a child with someone, you are both adults. And you have to communicate with each other whether you're together or not about the child. But you also have to communicate to each other about each other. Because again, you have your lives. So if you decide to have other partners that you want to engage in relations with because you're lonely or you need something, whatever it is, there's nothing wrong with that as long as you show respect to the other person in terms of how they are involved with you versus how they are involved with your situation with your child's other parent. And I think that is where, again, the baby mama drama is really just as much your responsibility as it is the other person's responsibility. And that's where people get caught up because they're like, yo, this bitch is crazy. It's like, nah, motherfucker, you're crazy. Because you got with her in the first place and had that seed, and now that seed is running around, and if she's yelling at you, you done fucked up. Just as much as she fucked up.
Now, when we come back, we're gonna explore other types of baggage in drama, because the baby mama situation is so like a cliche, but people enter relationships with other kinds of drama.
That's true, and when we come back, I also want to get into the fact of when the flip side of it is when you want that baby drama mama and your kid is hearing you with the other person. All right, we're back. This is Fun and Truth in Black and White with Pat and Jay. Pat, what if you decide that you want to cause the baby mama drama and your child hears you banging it out with some chick and then goes to his mom and is just like, yo, dad, knocked it out of the park last night with some chick?
I mean, if you do something like that where your kid is in earshot, whatever you get, you deserve. Mm-hmm. You're asking for it. Like, you're asking for drama, and there's a certain personality type that actually invites and wants drama. I'm not that person.
Right.
But there are people who actually are bored if there's no drama in their life.
And do you think that they do that because they still want to get back with the other person? Or do you think that they do it because there's something missing in their life that
know what? Honestly, they might want the other person back. That's a pretty obvious correlation. But in other cases, it's entertaining for some people.
Right.
Like, there are some people that literally get off on this shit. Like, yo, just so they can get on the phone and call somebody and tell them what happened or post it on the gram or something. Like, there are some people, they don't need any rhyme or reason.
Right.
They just want chaos.
Yeah, and I think that's where, again, the flip side of this is you remember how we started this, is the fact that people like the roller coaster ride. So the fact that there are people who want drama and like the fact that they're a baby daddy or they're a baby mama, that's their thrill. And it may be partially how they communicate with the other person. Like, they're still, their love with their ex is based on the fact that if they got drama together, somehow they still love each other. That's their connection. And that probably existed from the beginning of the relationship. And even though they're not together anymore, the way that they feel connected to each other is the fact that they're still throwing drama in each other's face. And if the drama stops, that's when they know the other person doesn't love them anymore.
Yeah, that's real. Like that, I don't think it's much different than there are some people that think their mate shows love by giving them a black eye.
Yeah.
I mean, that's another conversation for another day, and that's a very serious topic. By no means am I glossing over it, but there are people that need this.
Yeah, yeah. So, do you think that there's something really to makeup sex? Do you think that that's something that some people have to have in order to feel alive?
I think there's two types. I think there's a genuine feeling of love in a relationship, and it gets challenged and tested. And I think when you get through that fire, there's a relief and an exhale. And I think makeup sex is dope and passionate and real. I think there's other cases where it's still enjoyable, but it's more like Ike and Tina type shit. You know what I mean? Let's create fire where there is none.
Right.
Just to fuck each other's brains out, because there are probably some couples that can't stimulate a fire without drama.
Right.
The passion isn't regular. It's not just there. It's not just they have to be in the room together. It's let's anger each other.
Yeah.
Let's insult each other. Let's ignore each other. My point is not a laundry list, but whatever a person knows is the trigger to piss off the other person.
Right.
I'm going to do it on purpose, just to elicit makeup sex.
Right.
Because maybe sex without that emotion is boring for the couple.
Right.
So I think it could be either or. But what I wanted to get into, though, we talked about baggage.
Right.
There's different kinds of baggage.
There's lots of different kinds of baggage.
So let's table baby mama drama, and we can tie it back to makeup sex because all the drama can lead to that.
Right.
So that can always be at any part of the story.
Right.
Beginning, middle, and end. There can be makeup sex.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But let's say a person has low self-esteem.
Right.
And now they're in a relationship.
Right.
That is 2 tons of baggage.
Yeah.
If you are with a person that hates what they see in the mirror, or hates how they feel about themselves, or is very worried about how the world views them, and they don't like how they view themselves, it is impossible to be happy with that person.
Yeah.
Because they're not happy with themselves.
Right.
So now they're either woe is me,
mm-hmm.
or to make themselves feel better, they try to put you down.
Right.
That's bad. Another example of baggage. Financial baggage.
Mm-hmm.
You meet someone, they're in obscene amounts of debt, or maybe they're just bad with money.
Right.
So you can't even trust them with your own money.
Right.
So that's a problem, because you should blindly be able to give somebody your debit card, access to your accounts, because you trust them.
Right.
Not only to not take your money, but to take it and be responsible with it.
Right.
That's baggage.
Yeah.
Let's say you're dating somebody and their parent told them how unattractive they were their whole life.
Mm-hmm.
You look at them and think they're gorgeous.
Right.
But they think they're unattractive. As a result, you guys can't have fun when you go out.
Right.
Because they want to be locked in the house all the time. There's so many types of baggage, man. And it's funny because of reality TV and social media, we all conceptualize baby mama drama.
Right.
But the first segment was a legit segment, but it's something that everybody's thought about.
Right.
Whether they lived it, whether they watched it on TV, one way or the other, you've at least had to think about baby mama drama, even if all you did was laugh at it.
Right.
But these other dramas, like mental health, here's another drama. Someone has a physical ailment. Like, they're actually sick. Like, you're in love with them, and they don't have, like, a physical disability that's, like, outwardly noticeable. But they have an issue with their blood or their heart or some kind of scoliosis, something that, can lock them, like, they can't even walk for a week.
Right.
And when it flares up, like, these is all, like, you might be ready to go skiing.
Yeah.
And this person's back goes out.
Right.
That's drama.
Yeah.
It's a version of drama, because you might be like, you might feel like they're a crutch. I can't be with this person. They're not as spry as me.
Right.
There's so many types of drama.
Yeah.
And I just think, love conquers all, right? So in the end, you'll be amazed how much shit you'll deal with.
Yeah, and I think that it's partially in the way that it's unpacked, but it's also partially based on what you really are looking for, both in yourself and the other person. So again, you come into a relationship, you're looking at the other person, and you're not necessarily looking at their baggage, because they're trying to hide their baggage anyway. And you're looking at them for who they are and what type of person they might be. Wonderful. And then all of a sudden, their real baggage comes out. And then you have to be like, uh-oh, here comes the baggage. But the reality is that if you got a good feeling for them, you usually can take most of their baggage. So let's get to the deal breakers, quote unquote. That's what
you just read my mind.
Breakers.
Yeah.
The red flags.
Yeah, shit.
Like Great Adventure.
Burgundy flags. Like, deal breakers. So, like, let's say you're biracial.
Yeah.
But you look black.
Okay.
So no one could tell by looking at you that you're biracial. So you're dating a girl.
Mm-hmm.
Wherever her background is, doesn't matter. And she's like, you know what? I really hate white people. I don't like white people. And I wish we could just be away from them.
Mm-hmm.
And never be. And meanwhile, you have plans to bring her to meet your mother.
Right.
That weekend.
Right.
And prior to this.
She did not know.
Well, prior to this, everything was great with her.
Right.
And now you're looking at this person. You're literally planning out a future. You're about to find out her ring size.
Right.
And she hates essentially half of you.
Right.
Because there was no reason for you to bring up, hey, I'm half white. Like, it didn't matter.
Right.
It didn't matter to her. It didn't matter to you. It didn't bring it. Well, you thought it didn't matter to her.
Right.
What do you do? Or someone's unethical.
Yeah.
You're with somebody, you're dating this person, and you find out that they steal.
Right.
They just take things that don't belong to them.
Yeah.
But the other thing about deal breakers is all of us have a different moral compass.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, there's literally a person walking around here that thinks, oh, if a guy slaps you around every now and then, nothing wrong with it.
Right. Right.
But so that getting hit is not a deal breaker, but like leaving your socks out on the floor is.
Right. Right.
Like, you'd be amazed. There are things that one person will think are nothing. It's no big deal. And there's something somebody else will think, oh, hell no.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
deal breakers.
It could
huge.
it could be as simple as you leaving your underwear on the bathroom floor. You're exactly right. Or how you leave your toothbrush out, whether or not you leave your pots in the sink overnight or you wash them. Seems like a lot of deal breakers are in cleaning in this, but I'm trying to come up with different ones. The point behind it is that for some people, deal breakers can be very, very minutia, and for other people, it could be major boundary issues. And the reality is that when you love somebody, what you think is a deal breaker often is not. So what happens is that you brought up the standpoint of ethics and morals. We just did a show about infidelity, and somebody could say before they get into the relationship, if he cheats on me, that's a deal breaker. You fall in love, he cheats on you, and suddenly it's not a deal breaker anymore.
Funny thing about love. Let's say that the person that's a stickler for time.
Yeah.
And like tardiness and punctuality.
Right.
As much so a person might walk around thinking, I'm very punctual and I'm really into that, and I can't stand people that aren't punctual, that are always tardy. Okay. And then they're dating somebody that's late, regularly.
Right.
And it drives this person up a wall and they end up breaking up.
Right.
So let's pause there. On the surface, that's a deal breaker for this guy or this girl. It's a deal breaker. They can't stand somebody that's always late. Let me tell you something. That's true. Could be a deal breaker. But it's very possible they fall in love with somebody. So head over heels in love. That person's late and they laugh it off.
Right.
Like, you'll be amazed. Like the same underwear on the floor guy.
Right.
If he's with the right woman and he's leaving his underwear on the floor, suddenly she may not care because she loves him so much. Like, that deal breaker shit, even with the same person. The same person A in 3 different relationships might have 3 different deal breakers.
So let me ask you this question. Why is it that we hide our baggage so well when we know that the reality is if we're really true and honest with who we are and we present ourselves to each other, we're more than likely going to accept each other's baggage?
Because A, no one's perfect.
Right.
And there might be, let's just use round numbers, there might be 4 things about me that she can't stand.
Right.
And 6 things about me I think she's going to love.
Right.
I'm going to show her the 6 first.
Okay.
And then she'll see the 4 eventually.
Right.
But why would I put that out there at the same time? Like in my cloud, I'm just saying like how people think.
Right.
Even though in the end, somebody has to accept you for you.
Right.
If you got them to fall for you first, maybe they'll be more tolerant.
Right. But what I'm getting at, you're exactly right. What I'm getting at is the fact that whether we like it or not, we're very judgmental and very preconceived in our notions of people. And, again, this is fun and truth in black and white. But one of the things that we have to realize is that our prejudices go far beyond, skin and culture. Our prejudices literally go down to how you look, how you smell, what you sound like. And as you come into a relationship, you really have to blanket a lot of the things about yourself for the other person to receive you in a way that they're willing to look at you the way you need them to look at you. So we hide our baggage. We limit our drama. We keep the baby mama stuff to a bare minimum in the beginning when it doesn't even need to be there at all. But we're not honest about who we really are because we feel that the only way for someone to truly love us honestly is to put that aside and then slowly unpack it over time in a relationship.
Yeah. See, in the beginning, no one wants to waste their time.
Right.
I'm meeting this person in a bar, in a library, on my commute. I may never speak to that person again.
Right. You're incredibly judgmental.
It might be one date or none.
Right.
3 dates and we're out. So you're like, why am I going to bother revealing all this shit to this person for?
Right.
When I don't even know where it's going to go.
Right.
I get it.
All right.
I dig it.
We'll be right back. All right, we're back. This has been another episode of Fun and Truth in Black and White with Pat and Jay. Pat, tonight's I Don't Give a Fuck is going to be a little bit controversial. So bear with me when I tell you that...
Controversial?
Yeah.
Never.
I don't give a fuck about your perversions. And here's what I mean. It is absolutely okay to be kinky. It is absolutely okay to explore your taboos. Stop hiding the shit. The reality is that just as much as we talked about, you hide your baggage, be honest with yourself about the shit that you want to explore or play with or fuck around. If you like watching porn, let somebody know. If you like putting a butt plug up your ass, let somebody know. If you've never experienced any of this shit, but you want to, let somebody know. I don't give a fuck about your perversions, because the truth is that we all have it in us. And the more that we conceal it from ourselves is the more that we wind up judging other people unfairly. Because we wind up projecting shit that is really about what we want rather than what we're doing. So what I mean is that you hear some celebrity do something raunchy in the public eye, and everybody judges that celebrity. When the truth is, a celebrity knows just as much as everybody else that everybody likes talking about that shit. And they're going to have a lot of publicity for a long time simply because they got caught doing something ridiculous.
Devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Say you kind of conduct interviews. Like, not literally, but you're observant, right? So you're dating somebody.
Yeah.
And you like fucking them.
Mm-hmm.
But you're into anal sex.
Right.
That's not really a perversion, but you're into it.
It is.
And they're not.
Right.
But you still like fucking them.
Yeah.
I can understand why a person's like, I'm not going to tell them about, like, you can throw it out there, but if they already said they've had a bad experience, they never want to do it again, blah, 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 blah.
Or they got all sorts of phobias or whatever.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
But you still enjoy sex with them.
Right.
In that situation, I can see why somebody will say, I'm going to keep that one to myself.
Right.
I'm just saying, like, there's some scenarios where I don't think people are, like, suppressing.
Right.
I think they might have said, you know what, maybe not, because you bring that up.
Yeah.
You might fuck up the good sex you're already having.
Well, you may or you may not. I mean, again, this is where drama is a part of the picture here, because, again, the more you bring it up and drive them crazy, they might just give it to you just to shut you the fuck up, number one. Or the reality is the more you talk about it is that you get it out of your system. And so my point is that oftentimes we hide from ourselves. And by being afraid that we're going to upset the apple cart, we're not going to be able to get the sex that we want, whatever it is, we keep things to ourselves. And this goes back to last night's episode in terms of, faithful schmucks. If you're not willing to stand up for yourself and face yourself in the mirror, and you have a partner, come on, man.
No, I dig it.
The reality is
Self-honesty.
that your partner has to be your mirror. And that's the biggest part of this, is the fact that, yes, you come into a relationship hiding your baggage, and slowly over time, as you set up in the relationship, you start unpacking
No,
your baggage.
I dig it. Because to your point, even if that person doesn't want to do anal sex, they can still know you like it.
That's exactly right.
Right,
And the more you talk about it with them, whether or not they're going to give it to you or not, they'll probably have more fun with you knowing that that's something that you're into.
But even if it never happens, just the fact that you can have that conversation will open up other things.
Point.
Good job. Listen, Pat's PSA.
Give it to me, baby.
Jay. Cell phone, speakerphone etiquette.
Ooh.
Jay, if you call me there's a literally audience. Anything can come out of this dude's mouth at any time.
That's true.
So if you call me and I have you on speaker and I'm not alone,
Right. Mm-hmm.
the very first thing I say is, yo, Jay, what up? I'm in mixed company. Or, Jay, what up? You're on speaker.
Yep.
Jay, what up? I've got Jamal in the car.
Right.
Jay, what up? I got Diane in the car.
Word. And vice versa. Yeah.
If I don't say that,
Yes.
so if you call,
Yeah.
which we talk every day, I'm like, yo, what up, Jay? If I stop there,
Right. I
you
could literally
you
open my mouth.
you might
and
be
say
like, yo, do you
anything.
see the shit that happened with the Knicks? You might say, yo, you see what happened with the news? You might say, yo, Pat, these 3 chicks just left my house just now. It was a brothel in here.
Right.
Like, anything can come out your mouth.
Very true.
And I could be putting you in a situation where somebody you don't want to hear it hears it. Now, again, you don't give a fuck. You have a segment called I Don't Give a Fuck. But the point is, it's not intended for their ears.
Right.
You don't want everybody to know everything about you.
Yeah.
It's Fun and Truth with Pat and Jay. Not Fun and Truth with the planet.
That's right.
Well, actually, we are doing this shit with the planet, aren't we?
Well, we are, but
yeah.
I think the listeners get your
So
point.
cell phone, speakerphone etiquette. Yo, if you receive or make a call and you're not alone, let the person know they're on speaker. Put your earbuds in, AirPods. You don't do that, man. Because and a lot of times, sucker shit, somebody might be trying to prove to the person that they're with.
Yeah.
I don't hide anything from you. I can have an open conversation in front of you. Like, let's say you're dating a new girl and you're like, what are you and Pat really like? And she's like, what do you and Pat like when you're not on air? You're like, oh, whatever. And she's really curious. She's like, well, when he calls you, Jason, I want you to keep him on speaker. Don't let him know I'm in the car.
I ain't doing that shit.
But see the bullshit?
Yeah.
Like a weaker guy might be like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Just to try to get me to say something. That shit is, you keep your conversations private. And if they're not private, let the other person know.
Word.
That's it.
All right. This has been another episode of Fun and Truth in Black and White. And we will not be on air this Thursday, but this Sunday we'll be back. So 2 episodes in a row. We hope you've enjoyed, and we'll see you on the next go-around.
Peace and
Peace
love.
and love.